Miss Enia has been invited during the 30th anniversary in China to visit actually took a deep, profound tour in Nanjing production base. She presented some of the equipment and machinery in the GMP workshop and also the exhibition hall, also in the Blueberry Bonbon franchise, and also the wine cellar. So today, we're going to choose two of those videos to play for you. So let you first see how she introduced those very wonderful places. But she's going to present it in Portuguese. And then secondly, we want you to also to see in details about these two places in Nanjing production base. So we hope that by this year, we're going to have the 31st anniversary of Green World in October. So we hope that you and also some of your team members who qualified for China trip would have the chance to win the qualification, because this year we set two qualifications for outstanding trainers. There's a special award for international outstanding trainers. So if you win the China trip and also you do a very excellent presentation, online presentations during the Friday empowerment program for more than 20 hours, and if your presentations is welcome among all audience, then you're going to be selected as the outstanding international trainers. You will have the chance to visit the GMP workshop, the exhibition hall, and other places in Nanjing production base. And also you'll be invited to visit Nanjing Agricultural University, as what Ms. Enia and other outstanding trainers has done in the previous year. So first of all, when we have more audience for today, I would like to play the two videos once again. And after that, Ms. Enia is going to present the two health topics related to the youth year. So first of all, please allow me to once again share the videos with you. And first of all, tell me whether you can see my screen. Can you see it?
Not now.
Not now. Okay, let me redo it.
Sejam bem-vindos à base de produção. Esta é a planta da base de produção, onde produzem-se as cápsulas e os pós, como por exemplo o Cordyceps, Ganoderma, temos também o Blueberry Juice, o Compound Marrow. Brevemente poderemos entrar e mostrar como é que esses produtos são produzidos exclusivamente. A Greenwood nunca compromete a sua qualidade, nós colocamos a honestidade como a nossa prioridade. Daí que nós sempre fazemos tudo de acordo com a qualidade dos nossos produtos, que estão sempre acima dos níveis e sempre obedecem o que devem obedecer. A Greenwood utiliza um sistema automático para a produção dos seus produtos. Eles começam com um material bruto, misturam-se dois materiais brutos e daí desce nesse sistema empacotado em saquetas. Cada linha contém 6 saquetas, tem a capacidade de conter 6 saquetas. As saquetas depois são seladas aqui nesta máquina e passam para o processo de verificação de qualidade dos produtos. Depois, continuando com o sistema automado, aqui é onde são produzidas as caixas para que possam meter as saquetas do Blueberry Juice. Aqui é onde há o controle do peso para certificar que cada caixa tem o peso equilibrado e todas as caixas têm o mesmo peso. Como a Greenwood preza a qualidade de produtos, aqui é onde há finalização para perceber se os produtos estão realmente de acordo com aquilo que a empresa contém. Aqui são verificados se todos os produtos têm a marca de expiração do peso e o último controle de peso é feito aqui. O estômago é um dos principais órgãos mais importantes no nosso organismo, pois ele influencia na funcionalidade dos outros organismos que vêm a seguir, como por exemplo o fígado, os rins, a circulação de sangue. Daí que a Greenwood produz o chá desintoxicante intestinal. Este para pessoas que têm vários problemas diferentes de estômago. Aqui é onde fazem o empacotamento do chá. Depois de misturarem todos os ingredientes brutos do chá, são introduzidos nesta máquina que faz o empacotamento do chá. Depois temos o produto final daqui para lá onde fazemos aquilo que é o embalamento do chá. Para pessoas que têm vários problemas de estômago, como bactérias no estômago, úlceras gástricas, prisão intestinal e outros problemas, este chá é o desintoxicante que é a solução para si. A desintoxicação, ou por outra, limpeza do nosso organismo, é uma das componentes do tratamento da gripe. Temos vários chás. Temos chá para diabetes, para circulação de sangue e para outras várias doenças. Esta base de produção que está aqui apresentada é a base de empacotamento do chá intestinal. Este chá intestinal que é especificamente para problemas gastrointestinais, em outras palavras, problemas de estômago. Dentro deste chá, temos esta saqueta que é consumida pelos nossos doentes. Esta saqueta tem vários benefícios. Um dos benefícios da saqueta é que tira todos os problemas gástricos e quem tiver excesso de bactérias no organismo, ela faz limpeza e desintoxicação devida. E se alguém tiver qualquer problema de úlceras gástricas também, ele é um suplemento maravilhoso. Então, começa de lá, sai até aqui, é empacotado e por fim vai até aos nossos distribuidores. A Greenwood também produz vinho. E diferente do vinho ordinário produzido na base de uva, a Greenwood produz um vinho na base de mirtilho. Depois de ser coletado, o mirtilho é inserido nesses tanques para a sua fermentação. Após 20 a 30 dias, toma um formato gelatinado. Daí começa-se o processamento, que é para fazer a limpeza do vinho e ter o vinho puro. Este reservatório é para onde o vinho é passado após ser processado antes de ser embalado. Dizia e mencionava antes que este vinho não é como um vinho ordinário. Por que eu digo isso? É mais saudável, com uma percentagem de 12,5% e pode ser consumido diariamente. Podemos tomar um copo deste vinho por dia e nos tornar ainda mais saudáveis, visto que é na base de mirtilho.
All right, so what we have watched is her tour in the GMP workshop. So the next one, let me choose the one for the exhibition hall. Please, ladies and gentlemen, when you enter this the Zoom meeting, please make sure that your speaker is off, you're muted. Otherwise, you're going to disturb us. Okay, now let's go to the next one.
Speaking of, do you ever think about how to do something where I think about?
Okay.
Estamos na exibição aqui da Greenworld, na produção de Nhachengo, onde temos vários elementos da nossa empresa que mostram que a nossa empresa é realmente de qualidade. Temos alguns presentes também que são oferecidos à nossa doutora Demin Lee. Esta é a base de produção dos Estados Unidos, esta é a planta da base de produção dos Estados Unidos. E deste lado temos a planta de produção daqui de Nhachengo, que é onde estamos neste exato momento. A Greenworld não é uma empresa qualquer, é uma empresa sustentável que existe desde 1994. A sua primeira base de produção foi criada nos Estados Unidos em 1994, criou-se depois em 1997 a base de produção daqui da China. Ao decorrer dos anos, 2020, 2003, 2007, 2011, 2010, foram-se criando outras bases de produção. Isto mostra o desenvolvimento desta empresa. 2011 foi um dos momentos melhores, onde criou-se a base de produção em países como Uganda, como Tanzânia, e foi desenvolvendo até hoje, que é 2024, que temos filiais em lugares como Togo, até na Espanha, Burkina Faso. Isso mostra a sustentabilidade da Greenworld. Você que é um novo distribuidor, ainda não percebe se esta empresa é uma empresa sustentável ou é algo só por alguns momentos? Junte-se a nós e perceba que esta empresa é para a vida inteira. Uau, uau, uau! Eu estou aqui para testemunhar que os prêmios de carro, os prêmios de viagem à China e os prêmios de casa que a Greenworld oferece são uma realidade. Sou prova viva, estou agora a falar diretamente da China, como uma das pessoas que contribuiu para este número de 14.075 viagens que a Greenworld já ofereceu. Eu sou uma das contribuintes para isso. Queria mostrar mesmo que é real, não é algo fictício. Se tu trabalhas com a tua equipe, é possível fazeres parte dessas pessoas maravilhosas, todas que ganharam esses prêmios em diferentes partes do mundo. Desde 2007 a 2024, são várias as premiações que a Greenworld oferece. A Greenworld promete, a Greenworld cumpre. A Greenworld prestigia as pessoas que se sobressaem na empresa. Ela sempre certifica-se de prestigiar esse tipo de pessoas. Este é um exemplo das pessoas prestigiadas, que é chamado Diamond Club. Estes membros da Greenworld são membros excepcionais que fazem o seu trabalho acima daquilo que deviam. Daí que eles são prestigiados e estão neste quadro de honra que podemos aqui ver. Um dos meus sonhos na Greenworld, ao convidar-te para fazer parte da Greenworld, é fazer parte do membro do clube de diamantes. A Greenworld, na vasta gama de produtos que tem alguns chás. Temos aqui o bálsamo chá, temos aqui o pudding tea, temos o pine pollen também. Estes chás são muitíssimo importantes para a nossa saúde. O bálsamo chá é maioritariamente usado para pessoas que têm problemas de diabetes. Temos o pudding tea, que é como se fosse um chá milagroso. É para pessoas que têm algum problema de respiração, é para pessoas que têm problemas de circulação de sangue, têm tensão alta, têm excesso de gorduras no seu organismo, podem usar o pudding tea. E temos também o pine pollen, que é para problemas de colesterol, testosterona baixa, é também para pessoas que têm problema de estrogênio e várias outras funções. As vantagens dos chás da Greenworld é que eles não têm só uma função e eles são excepcionais. Fazem o seu trabalho como deve ser, desde que sejam ingeridos da forma correta e com o nosso acompanhamento como consultores de saúde qualificados.
Thank you for watching. Now, Ms. Ernie, I'm going to stop sharing the screen. Would you like to share your screen so you can start your presentation?
Yes, please.
All right. Now you have been set as the co-host. You can start sharing.
Okay.
We do have two video clips about the topics she's going to present. So after her presentation, I'm going to play the video. So go ahead, please, Miss Ernie. Would you like to?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Can you see my screen?
Yes. Please maximize it so we can see it clear.
Just give me a second.
Sure. You can click slideshow.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, good. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Enia Nhachengo. I'm a six-star consultant at Greenwald from Greenwald, Mozambique. I'm part of the Greenwald International Business School. And today I'll be presenting on two topics. This is the first topic I'll be presenting on today, which is the diseases that can begin at early adulthood. So to start off, I wanted to just mention how there is this misconception that the people who should be taking care of their health are the elderly people, maybe from the age of 50, 55, 60s, as those are usually the people who show signs of certain diseases, and the diseases, as they progress earlier, they start showing the signs later. So we always tend to relate that to their age. But the truth of the matter is the disease does not start at 65. It does not start at 70 or whichever age that is mostly commonly mistaken that that's the age for the diseases. The disease starts way, way earlier. That's why when now the person has a certain disease, usually it is seen that it's a severe case or it's a stage where it's now a bit more difficult to handle. That is because it did not just start there. Most of us sometimes even use the term of, oh, this person looked so healthy. What happened all of a sudden? Forgetting that what we do throughout our lifetime, that's what will at a later stage dictate our health. So today I wanted you to pay a bit more of attention to try and understand, especially for us who are actually Greenwald distributors, not to only focus on the elderly when we are targeting people to help with our products, but also focus on the youngsters, because prevention is cure. Prevention has always been cure. Prevention will always be cure. So if people understand from where the diseases develop, how the diseases start developing to the point where they get to a later severe stage, they can now have a mindset where they can start taking care of their health at a much, much earlier stage. Okay, so there are many factors that they can actually affect the diseases that can develop at early adulthood. There are social factors involved, there are environmental factors involved, even genetics are involved. So these factors, not all of them we can control. Some factors we can control, some factors are unfortunately out of our control. But I want you to focus and try to understand what type of diseases are there, and also understand how we can focus mainly on the ones we have control over, what we can do about the ones that we have control over. So the diseases that can begin at early adulthood are mental health disorders, autoimmune diseases, we have cardiovascular diseases, we have type 2 diabetes, chronic respiratory conditions, we have infectious diseases, we have musculoskeletal disorders, and we also have cancer, right? When it comes to, okay. So when it comes to the mental diseases, I wanted you to understand, first of all, why mostly young people are vulnerable to mental illnesses. From the age, your late teens to 29 and 30s, most of us are still experiencing cognitive development, which means that your cognitive functions are not yet fully developed. So as they are still developing, there are so many functions that are still being worked on so that you now have a fully developed cognitive function. So this is one of the reasons why mental illness can be present at this at this time of life. Young adults are particularly vulnerable in their development, which might explain why 1 of every 5 is affected by any really type of mental illness. I'm going to quickly brief you on the common mental illnesses at early adulthood. I wanted you to take a moment and analyze. When you look at the list of the mental illnesses that are presented to you here, eating disorders, personality disorders, mood disorders, thought disorders, anxiety, or developmental disorders, you will come to find that most of these are not really taken seriously by majority of people. Majority of people take mental illnesses not as seriously because they are not aware that they can actually affect your physical condition. So they take mental illnesses as only mental, forgetting that the mental illnesses can actually greatly affect your actual physical health. That's why most of these are taken lightly. For instance, starting with eating disorders like anorexia, bulimia, binge eating. This usually happens because, as we might know, most of the youth worries quite a lot about their physical appearance. This is due to many factors. It is actually worsening by the years. It's due to many factors. We're exposed to so many things, exposed to perfection on social media, which is one of the highest reasons why people are constantly worried about their physical appearance. Most people are not worried about their physical appearance because of health. No, they are mostly worried about their physical appearance because of social media standards. So this makes these people try to adjust. Remember, this is the age where most people are adjusting in so many different areas. Socially, we are adjusting. Professionally, we are trying to adjust. It's almost all the areas on your life. This is between where most people are trying to see what they can do to improve financially. So it's a lot of factors that can make someone have eating disorders or even these mental illnesses that we're talking about. So when people have these eating disorders, they're trying to look a certain type of way. This is a disease. Some people even take it as, it's just a bad habit. It's not just a bad habit. It is an actual disease. If you know, I'll use the example of anorexia and bulimia. This is when people eat, girls who want to look like models, as thin as models, for example, but they find the urge to eat. They eat and then they go and vomit. They constantly eat and then they go and vomit, to the point where when they now eat, they can't keep the food anymore. So now it becomes a physical. So you guys see how I went back to the concept where I said it might start mental, but then it becomes physical.
Jullie gaan nog aan tot 9 uur aan.
Oh, okay. Where it starts mental and then it might become physical. This is one of the perfect examples for that, because now, whether you want to or not, you've trained your stomach to do that. So now whether you want to or not, when you put that food in, it automatically just comes out. Let's look into personality disorder. There is so many things being discussed nowadays about personality. Everyone is free to choose the personalities that they have, but everyone still wants to fit in a certain type of society. People are thinking about their professionalism. People are thinking about the jobs they're getting. So they try to develop certain personalities of who they are not. So constantly, every day, they are trying to fit into a person that they are actually not that person. That becomes a disease, because mentally and now physically, you need to put an effort to become someone that you want. That's how you explain the personality disorder. When it comes to mood disorders, this one is a bit very, very sensitive, not even a bit. pardon me, it's very, very sensitive. One of the most common mood disorders that we have nowadays is depression. And it's taken very lightly. If you approach a friend, a very close friend of yours, I can challenge all of you today to approach a very close friend of yours and, hi, how are you? I'm actually depressed. Trust me, at least 70% of you will be taken as a joke. 70% of you will be taken as a joke. What is it? Depressed for what? That's not for us. We can't get depressed. What do you mean you're depressed? Hey, you have jokes. That's how people take it. Not being aware that the mood disorders that end up causing depression is because you are constantly thinking about the future. You are constantly thinking about so many things that are not solved. You are constantly thinking about how unhappy you are. You are constantly thinking of how you can fill this void and become happy somehow. You are constantly thinking of what's your purpose in life. You are constantly thinking of what am I here to do? How can I get fulfilled? The feeling of fulfillment is very rare. Most of us can even have 90% fulfillment, but the feeling of being 100% fulfilled is very rare. For depressed people, they don't even have that 10%, that tiny bit 10%. So I come back to saying that it can affect you physically because, as you know, some people get severe depression. They get even on medication for that because of the things that they end up doing due to depression. The physical things they end up doing due to a mental illness. Do you understand? Some even end up committing suicide. That is now physical. So this is also my plea to you. If maybe you are one of the people that used to take mental illnesses lightly, do not take them lightly. At the end of the day, your mental will affect your physical. Take each and every one of these diseases, illnesses seriously. Each and every one of these disorders seriously. Now let's talk about thought disorders like schizophrenia. You are constantly thinking to the point where you get illusions. You almost delusional. Anything, you overthink so much that anything now becomes, how do I put this, too much of a thought that you can even become schizophrenic. Anxiety is very, very, very common. To a certain extent, all of us are, are anxious to a certain extent. In simple terms, what is anxiety? Is constant worry, constant fear, uncertainty of the future. Anything that leaves you uncertain makes you anxious. With the correct guidance, you can actually control anxiety so that it does not have physical implications. And last but not least, we have developmental disorders like autism, ADHD. This is actually a disease that can even be noticed at an early childhood. But with as the person grows into adulthood, from teenager into adulthood, what happens is that now there's more roles, more serious roles for you to be responsible for. So now these disorders can also just be more noticeable then, but these are usually detected at a very, very a young age. From childhood all the way up, developmental disorders can be identified. But once you now have more responsibility, because these people are the people that struggle socially to have social interactions. Normally, they also struggle with communication. So obviously, the more they need to be in such setups where they need to communicate or socially interact, the harder it's going to become. And now they are more aware, as we are all aware as we keep on growing older. Now, I want to talk about the autoimmune diseases at early adulthood. We're going to start with celiac diseases. Celiac diseases are usually triggered. They are actually triggered by the consumption of gluten. Most of us consume gluten on almost a daily basis. Where does your gluten come from? Let me try to explain where the gluten comes from. It comes from wheat. Anything that has wheat, if you're buying anything that says wheat, there is gluten there. And some of the processed foods that are consumed also actually have gluten, right? So when your immune system is trying to fight this gluten, when you're consuming this gluten and your immune system tries to fight this gluten, and then it mistakenly it touches the lining of your small intestine, you develop celiac disease. The symptoms are chronic diarrhea. You can also feel fatigue. And this is, I want you to understand this because you can try to minimize or try to prevent it by looking out for your bread, looking out for your pasta, looking out for your processed foods, and try to minimize anything where you see that it has a lot of, because it is actually a bit difficult for you to know. You know it, that you might know that you're gluten intolerant after so much time, after you've actually acquired this disease. That's when you might know that all along you've been eating gluten, but you're not supposed to. So might as well just try to have control of how much gluten you eat. And then if you are diagnosed, then you can now go on a gluten-free diet, and then you can actually live quite a normal life. And then we have the juvenile idiopathic arthritis, right? This is where your bones, your bone marrow is affected. You can feel a back pain. You can also feel fatigue. You can also feel some dizziness as the symptoms. So watch out for that. You can also feel dehydration. Also watch out for that. And then we have type 1 diabetes. For type 1 diabetes is basically where your immune system, right? When your immune system is trying to defend you, and then mistakenly there is a cut on insulin production, your organism can no longer produce insulin. So when your organism can no longer produce insulin, there is no way the sugar levels on your body can be balanced. That will cause hyperglycemia. So that is excess sugar. Let me repeat this. When your pancreas cannot produce enough insulin, there is no way, cannot produce insulin at all, sorry. There is no way your body will be able to regulate the blood sugar levels. This is type 1 diabetes, and this is autoimmune, right? So for this type 1 diabetes as well, you watch out for the symptoms that you watch out for is if you are urinating a lot, if you are always feeling thirsty, even if you try to hydrate, you drink water, you still feel thirsty, you need to watch out for type 1 diabetes. And unfortunately, it has the same symptoms as type 2 that we are going to discuss as well. Next, we have cardiovascular diseases. I want to, before I discuss briefly about the cardiovascular diseases, I want you to bring you back to lifestyle. Remember at the beginning when I said there are diseases we can control, there are diseases we have control over, and then there are diseases we don't have much control over, but after we find out, which is the autoimmune diseases, they are autoimmune. We don't have much control over, but after we find out, we know what are the recommendations and how we can live with it. And then there's other diseases that rely heavily on lifestyle. When I scan my patients, I always make sure they understand how lifestyle can impact their health. Let's start with high blood pressure. People are smoking. They are drinking alcohol as if they're drinking water. They are not exercising. They are not drinking water. They are not eating vegetables. They just wake up and live life as it goes. This lifestyle catches up at early adulthood. It catches up because your body needs these things. Natural needs these things. The body was designed to work in a certain way. You are there to help your body work that certain way. So when it comes to high blood pressure, which is also known as hypertension, your blood, it needs to make a certain sort of pressure to pass through your artery. When this is not treated, you can get heart attack, your blood vessels can get damaged. Therefore, your blood circulation will be completely messed. When your blood circulation is completely messed, you won't only get high blood pressure, but other diseases. You can also get atherosclerosis, where the vessels, they cannot increase in the size. They have the inability to increase in size. So for the blood to pass through the vessels is very difficult. High cholesterol. There is bad cholesterol, there is good cholesterol, because the fatty is needed for your heart. There's a certain level of fat that is needed for your heart. And then there's a higher level that is unhealthy for you. These cardiovascular diseases, watch out for them. Get stroke, get heart attack, thrombosis, all these cardiovascular and cerebrovascular related diseases. These diseases, they have a disadvantage, most of them. They do have symptoms, yes. You get your headaches, and then you can get your back, it can cramp. It can feel like you can feel like your back is sort of cramping. You can feel like under your feet, you can feel as if there is fire, someone lit a fire under your feet. Those are some of the symptoms. For the people who get the symptoms, some people are asymptomatic to them. They live their life normally. They feel like they're living their life normally. All of a sudden, boom, they just fall. All of a sudden, they just fall. And what do we say? They looked so healthy. What happened? They were not healthy at all. So for the cardiovascular diseases, not only for this, but I'm emphasizing because this heavily relies on that. Heavily. What you eat, what you drink, the exercising, it falls down here. If you want to really avoid high blood pressure, atherosclerosis, high cholesterol, and all of that, you need to exercise. You need to drink your water. You need to eat your vegetables every day. You eat vegetables every day, not once you remember to eat vegetables. You need to eat vegetables every single day. A portion of vegetables you need to eat for you to avoid the cardiovascular disease. Let's discuss type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes can also be affected by genetics and family history. That means that if there is a past of type 2 diabetes in your family, the person can easily also have type 2 diabetes, right? This is very affected by an unhealthy diet. There's a lot of people who like sugary things. And sugary things is not only the things that apparently have sugar. Almost all the food has sugar. But the things that apparently have sugar, on the taste have sugar, you can actually feel the sugar. Most people that do that end up having type 2 diabetes. This, unlike type 1 diabetes, is the one where the insulin is not produced, there's not enough being produced. The first one, your blood cannot produce insulin. That's why they get, for type 1 diabetes, that's why they get insulin injections, because the body itself cannot produce insulin. This one, it can produce not enough, so also cannot regulate the blood sugar levels. So the sugar goes to the wrong vessels. This is type 2 diabetes. This is actually the most common diabetes and easier to deal with than type 1. Physical inactivity, especially people who are overweight, they can easily get type 2 diabetes. Stress and hormonal changes. insulin resistance, which is what I just explained, can get you to type 2 diabetes. When it comes to diabetes, why is this very important? It can get you, diabetes can actually get you other diseases. It can get you heart diseases. It can get you kidney failure, easily can affect other diseases. And not only, the problem with when your sugar levels are not actually aligned, when they are not on the normal level they're supposed to be, it is very hard. Even if you are sick from something else, it's very hard for you to recover. The process of recovery is very, very slow. That's why I'm going to quickly leave another tip for those of you that are scanners, that if you are scanning a patient and their sugar levels are not balanced, no matter what you do, it won't work out, because the sugar needs to be stabilized in someone's body. It will work, but at a much, much slower pace than it would have worked if the blood sugar levels were normal. Let me repeat this. If you are a scanner, please listen to this again. If you scan somebody, let's say they have a kidney problem, you give them kidney package and they go. However, they had a sugar level problem where the insulin production was not enough or the blood sugar levels were high, and you just ignore that. Yeah, next time we'll do that. The process of kidney healing for them is going to be much slower than if you had also added the sugar leveling package so that they can actually be leveled. The process, the healing process, is much, much, much slower, much, much, much slower than the one of the person with the normal sugar level. So it's very, very, very important. It's a very important tip for you to always watch out for the sugar levels. I hope we're still together. And then we have chronic respiratory conditions. Very common one, asthma, right? We all know it's when the respiratory tract, it contracts, and then now there's a very thin airway for the oxygen to flow in and out. So sometimes they need a pump to even aid them to be able to restore the oxygen flow. That's what happens when someone is asthmatic. And it's a very common condition, a very common condition. Normal habits, people from time to time, they can even do a lung cleansing with our products, easily can do the lung cleansing from time to time. For these people, I advise that from time to time, they always do a cleansing, and then they maintain their respiratory tract always clean for it to be able to help them. And some of them don't even need to use the pump most of the times. And then we also have allergic rhinitis. This is the one that depends on different allergies. They can be allergic to pollen or dust, or they can be allergic to pollen, they can be allergic to dust, and all these factors can contribute to them. You can find that these people usually, they sneeze a lot, because once they are triggered by that allergy, they actually just have some sort of reaction to it. Okay. Okay, now to the sexually transmitted infection. This topic is also very serious, especially nowadays, because nowadays these are the diseases that are actually spreading the most. One of the diseases that are spreading the most are sexually transmitted infections. The responsibility of sexually transmitted infections relies on each and every one of us. Why do I say this? There is no way you can trust someone else, whether they are a partner, whether they are sexually, as long as they are sexually involved with you, you cannot just 100% rely your sexual health on them. We are all responsible for our own sexual health. The reason why most of these diseases are spreading widely is because most people are not relying only on themselves. That's why this is spreading like wildfire. The most common ones we have here is chlamydia, we have gonorrhea, we have human papillomavirus, we have herpes simplex virus, we have syphilis, and we have HIV and AIDS. Most of these diseases, they are somehow common, right? And most of them, they are sexually transmitted. All of them actually are sexually transmitted. The safest way to not get these diseases is to use protection. That is the safest way to not get these diseases, right? When you have, I'm going to quickly talk about HIV and AIDS, for example, which is your immune system being affected. And now your immune system makes you prone to other diseases. When you have such diseases, it is easy for you to get any other disease. And it's very easy for you to transfer the diseases to other people. Let's talk about herpes, for example. We have oral, we have sexual. For oral herpes, it usually shows on your lips and whatnot. Most people usually don't even have any symptoms. That's why most of these diseases, people don't even know they have them. Most people don't even have any idea that they actually have the disease because they don't show severe symptoms, if I can put it that way. And then we have oral herpes that also shows, you can find some lumps, people's lips. When it's sexual, you can also find it in their private areas that they have some lumps and stuff like that. And it can be easily transmitted because for the lips one, for example, even if the person does not have lumps in that moment, their saliva can infect you and you won't know. So these sexually transmitted diseases are actually sometimes taken lightly, and they are not light at all. Once you see a sign that something is not okay in your private parts, run to a gynae, run to a urologist, come to us so that we can help you. Because for both men and women, when these diseases are not treated, they can actually cause infertility. And then now you don't know why you are infertile. Not everyone who's infertile is actually because they were born infertile. Some people's infertility is caused by some diseases, some infections that they're not aware of, and then they now become infertile. So it's very important to watch out for these diseases because some of them have an even higher impact long-term that you might not be aware of. Now I'm going to talk about musculoskeletal disorders. We have tendinitis and rheumatoid arthritis. Tendinitis is when your tendons have a problem. They can cramp and not be able to stretch easily. Like it can be here on your hands. It can also be on your toes. You can see that on your fingers or on your toes. So it's almost impossible for them to actually move. They cramp up and just like that. When it comes to rheumatoid arthritis, it's pain. You actually feel some sort of pain on your knees. You can feel it on your knees. You can feel it on your back. You can feel it on your joints. Basically, it's pain on your rheumatoid arthritis. Basically, pain on your joints. And most of the times it affects people at an older age. Most of the times it affects people at an older age than the younger ones. For rheumatoid arthritis, it's very important to note where it comes from. Kidneys have something called uric acid. When your kidneys are working 100% perfectly fine, they detox it themselves and they keep a normal level of uric acid. When now the uric acid is above what it's supposed to be, that's when you can get diseases such as rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis usually is common on people that eat a lot of meat. People who like a lot of meat can end up having rheumatoid arthritis. That is just one of the main causes, especially red meat and seafood. So we need to watch out for the consumption of red meat and seafood to try and avoid rheumatoid arthritis. It's very painful. It's a bit similar to tendinitis, but it's not the same because of where the pain is. With rheumatoid arthritis, it can lead, latest stage of rheumatoid arthritis can lead to paralysis. So you won't even be able to walk. You won't be able to hold. You won't be able to stand on your own. You will need someone else's support if you don't watch out for rheumatoid arthritis. Cancer. Cancer. Here are 4 types of cancer: testicular cancer, sarcomas, leukemia, brain and spinal cord cancer. All these cancers, there's basically cancer cells that just spread throughout your body. The testicular one happens in men, obviously. And the thing with the cancers, I come back to lifestyle, because as the years are progressing, the cancer levels are increasing because of what we eat. We're eating a lot of processed food, and processed food has toxins. All those toxins we are ingesting every single day are one of the main reasons why we end up getting cancer. We're also eating a lot of inorganic food. Besides the processed food I was talking about, I'm also going to talk about the inorganic food, because when food is not purely grown, your meat, your vegetables, everything that's not been grown purely is being forced by chemicals to grow. Those are the chemicals that mainly are causing people to have cancerous cells. So I'm going to quickly leave you with some health tips for you to avoid most of these diseases that I was here discussing. You can prevent them by following these health tips. You can maintain a healthy diet. A healthy diet is a diet that is mostly rich on nutrients. Your nutrients are your vegetables, are your fruits, is your water. The way we eat meat mostly is the way we're supposed to eat vegetables. It's the other way around. Cook, we put meat, and then sometimes put vegetables. It's the other way around. It's supposed to be vegetables, and then sometimes you add meat. When I talk about meat, I'm mostly talking about red meat. Mostly. I'm not talking about your fish and your chicken. I'm talking about the red meat. Maintain a healthy diet, rich in everything. Try, on this diet, I also wanted to give a tip. Try to eat, when it comes to fruits, try to eat your fruit as rare as possible. The blending, when you blend the fruits, you break the original composition. Sorry, there's someone with the... There's someone with the... I'm trying to mute. Okay. Sorry about that. I was still explaining about the fruits. Most people nowadays, they blend everything, they drink it. The composition of something that you've blended and the natural composition of a fruit as it comes, they are different. When you blend something, you break the composition of that thing. When you blend, let's say, an apple, you break the composition of the apple. So for the fruits, always try to eat them in their purest, rarest form. When they're selling something organic, always try to go for the organic product than the non-organic product. They seem to be more expensive, but always try your best to go for them. Regular physical activities, 30 minutes a day is enough. 30 minutes a day is good enough. Whether you walk, whether you jog, give yourself 30 minutes every day. We all have 30 minutes to spare every day, just to quickly prioritize that. Maintain a healthy weight. Find out for your height, for your age, what's the healthy weight. BMA, find out what is your healthy weight and maintain that. Try by all means to always keep to your normal health weight. Don't smoke. Lungs have a disadvantage. No matter what you do, your lungs can never go back to normal. Ever. So even if you smoke for 1 year, you only smoke for 2 years, your lungs will never go back to what they were before you started smoking. So don't smoke. It's not smoke a bit, smoke sometimes, don't smoke. Smoking is one of the most dangerous habits that you can develop because lung diseases can finish you in two seconds and your lungs will not go back to normal. They do not go back to normal. And you will be prone to tuberculosis, all these lung diseases easily because of smoking. Limit your alcohol consumption. By limiting, we really mean drink occasionally if you have to. Don't drink every day, every weekend. That is excessive consumption. Now it seems normal, it's use, but later on it will catch up. This is why we are discussing early adulthood diseases to see where these diseases are starting from. Prioritize your mental health. Your mental health affects your physical health. So start by prioritizing your mental health so that your physical health is not affected. Get enough sleep. Getting enough sleep nowadays is very difficult for most of us because constantly thinking work. How can I achieve this milestone? How can I achieve that? How can I do this? How can I do that? But it's very important to get enough. Some of the diseases I actually did not mention that if you don't get enough sleep, you might develop cardiovascular and cerebrovascular disease. And you don't need that. So get enough sleep, stay hydrated, drink 3 nice liters of water per day. If you can't drink water as it is, or you think 3 liters is a lot of water, drink water in a fun way. Put lemon in your water, drink it. Put okra in your water, drink it. Put cucumber, whatever it makes your water fun. But drink 3 liters of water per day, your kidneys will thank you. Manage chronic conditions early. This is why it's important for you to get a checkup. When you get a checkup, you can find out early of any illnesses that you might have. You can find it much, much earlier so that you can start taking care of it much, much earlier. And the golden secret. This is the golden secret. We all know that the last one is the golden. Use Greenwald food supplements to prevent and relieve complications. This is the given one. This is the one to live by. Consume the products. Don't only treat people, treat yourself first. You are the first one that needs to be healthy before you can promote health to others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Enia. This was such a wonderful and informative presentation. So, would you like to begin the second one? That's
All right.
snacks could be healthy with Greenwood. So when you're, finding your file, just let me see something of distributors. Ladies and gentlemen, that in China, we have a new trend in the health industry. The young ones, they start incorporating the healthy snacks in their daily diet. So, the food supplement is not the only range of products that they can choose from. Actually, when we talk about the snacks, you are in China market, you can find that the candies, sweets, instant noodles, the instant food, and all kind of biscuits, pastries, drinks, beverages, all that, it has something to do with health. For example, in China, we have some herbs that if the dose is high, we call them medicine. I give you an example like, goji berry. goji berry, that you'll find that if the dose is high, that in some of the medicine, that it is one of the ingredients. But this is also of daily life, a daily part of a daily diet. You know, in South China, that people put the goji berry in their soup to cook their soup. And also, you know, for us, I most of the time I put the goji berry in my porridges, or you know, just throw some in my tea and brew it. So this is part of a food. So you can see, oh, goji berry, by the way, is part of the one ingredient of the kidney tonifying for women, and also kidney tonifying for men. So you can see that in China, that we always incorporate these herbs into a daily diet. So now, what we want to introduce to you is the new products. Some of them that you don't see them in the African market, but you know, sooner or later, uh, they will be with you. So, Miss Ernie, please, you go ahead, introducing those beautiful, delicious, and nutritious snacks of Greenwoods to us. Thank you.
Okay, good evening once again. So let's carry on with our presentation. The second presentation is about snacks can be healthy with Greenwood. So as many of us might know by now, that usually we are recommended that from 3 to 3 hours, we should eat something. Our stomach should be filled with something. This does not necessarily mean that you need to actually eat food, like actual food, like a whole meal, like your breakfast, your lunch, and your supper. You do have your breakfast, your lunch, and your supper, and in between, you should snack on something. So this slide show is to show you that the snacking option can actually be healthy. Usually, the snacking options, we all know that they're generally unhealthy because they use a lot of processed ingredients and they use a lot of sugar, you use salt, they use fats, and the marketing of these products also is always easy, tasty, and there's always fun options to pick from. So these are the factors that make them not only tempting, but also harmful long-term if they are consumed in excess. So the health risks, the main health risks that can be caused by the excessive consumption of snacks is being overweight and obesity, high blood pressure. We have high cholesterol and high blood lipid, type 2 diabetes, digestive issues, mood and mental health issues, weakened immune system, dental problems, nutritional deficiency. When you're eating snacks on a regular basis and you're always snacking on these products that already have high salt, they already come with that. And they tell you that on the information that they have high salt, they have high sugar, they are fatty, and you are now eating them in excess. These are the diseases or health risks that can come with that. When it comes to the digestive issues, I just wanted to quickly go back on my introduction where I was saying from 3 to 3 hours, you should have something. Why is this? This is because when you don't eat, there's microorganisms that still eat, even when you don't eat. So what do they eat when you haven't eaten? They eat your stomach wall. That's what they eat. You haven't eaten, they will eat, and they will eat your stomach walls. That can lead to gastritis. In its turn, it can lead to ulcers. If you don't treat it, it can even end up being stomach cancer. So that is dangerous. However, if you over snack on the unhealthy snacks, you can get other gastrointestinal diseases, where now your stomach even starts being intolerant to certain types of food because you've overdosed it with this type of food. This is basically the range of Greenwald healthy products that we have. We have healthy drinks. we have functional coffee, we have candy and biscuits, and we also have wine and liquor. And all these options are healthy, and I'll be discussing them. The healthy drinks that we have is blueberry juice, my personal favorite. This juice, it does almost everything. It is good for your liver. It is good for your eyes. It is also basically a detoxer because it has a lot of, because of the blueberry juice content in it, it has a lot of antioxidants. So it automatically detoxes your body. We have blueberry milk tea. We have blueberry cola fruit. Instead of the normal tea or the normal cola, you can actually opt for the blueberry milk tea and the blueberry cola fruit, which are actually healthy. We have energy drinks, we have Clear CJJ fresh drink, and we also have Wake JQQ fresh drink. These are the blueberry drinks. This is your blueberry milk tea. You just add warm water, you drink it, and it is tasty. That's the nice part. It is very, very tasty. We also have the blueberry juice. We also have the blueberry cola fruit. I have not tried this. I'm eager to try it. The next time I go to China, which is in October with you guys, I have not tried this one, but I'm sure it's also quite tasty. The blueberry series, everything very, very tasty. Now, for the energy drink, sometimes we overwork, sometimes we overstudy, sometimes we do need an energy booster in the morning. And many people end up on the addiction of energy drinks that are produced without considering people's health. And those energy drinks, the normal energy drinks that you see out there, they can cause heart diseases easily. That's why sometimes, I don't know if any of you has experienced that, but some people, when they drink the energy drinks, they often complain on the heartbeat. Their heartbeat becomes very fast-paced after they've drank the energy drink. That is because it's actually forcing you to do something. This is a healthy energy, a healthy energy drink. Greenwald energy drink is packed with minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants. We need that on a daily basis. There's so many minerals that we need on a daily basis. And imagine as you are drinking your energy drink, you're already being filled with minerals, vitamins, antioxidants, and even protein powder and amino acids. That is a boost. Not only it's boosting your energy, but it's actually boosting your health at the same time. Each sachet creates a nutrient-dense beverage that provides an instant energy boost. It is also enriched with herbs like ginseng. We all know the great benefits of ginseng. It also has maca and acid berry powder. For young and active individuals, this is good because it can boost stamina and it can better your immunity. It can work as an immune booster. This will alleviate symptoms of autoimmune diseases that usually, as we discussed before, can affect this age group for the young one. For Clear fresh drink, which is CJJ, it can help the colon cleansing through improving healthy bowel movement. Let me tell you, this drink is very, very good for people with gastrointestinal problems. Some patients have constipation problems. Some even go for 2, 3, 4 weeks without going to the bathroom. This is the secret for you to get them back to going to the bathroom, as this will automatically regulate their bowel movements. The anti-inflammatory ingredients in this product can also help repair damaged intestinal wall. Our intestinal walls can be damaged due to so many factors, and one of the factors is our eating habits. So drinking the Clear CJJ, it helps also with that. The prebiotics promote the growth and activity of beneficial bacteria in the gut. They act as food for these good bacteria, helping them thrive and maintain a healthy balance in the digestive system. Even on social media, if you pay attention, most people that talk about detoxing things. They talk about detoxing products. Some of them even make those natural mixes for detoxing. If you pay attention, everyone emphasizes on the importance of your gut health. Your gut health is everything. If you don't have gut health, you will feel it when you feel sick, that you should have taken care of your gut health. Your gut health will how do I say it? It will have an impact on everything. Your gut health is not working, your brain won't work, your immune system won't work. Your stomach is the secret of everything. Everything. So you do need to take heavy care of it. And this is one of the drinks that can get you there. Now, when it comes to weight, it improves liver cells to produce enzymes that are able to metabolize alcohol. Anybody that you know that has liver cells that might have been damaged by alcohol due to their consumption of alcohol, they need Wake Fresh drink. They need it. It has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, and it reduces systemic damage caused by alcohol. So what I personally do, whenever I have a patient, I scan a patient and their detoxifying is very, very low, I give them Wake drink. Wake drink only has 6 sachets. So as they are on the treatment with me, they get this one box of CJJ. I tell them 6 days from now, a week from now, come get your second sachet, your second box, I'm sorry. Depending on the level, if I see that the level is bad, it's on red, it's bad, they do really need to drink Wake juice for some time until the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties can reduce the damage that the alcohol has caused on this person's liver. I hope we are still together. Okay, so someone is raising their hand. I'm going to ask that we leave, if it's a question, I'm going to ask that we leave them for the end so that everyone just gets a chance, and then we have a quick question and answering section, right? For the functional coffees, we have the Trifolium pratensis coffee, we have the ashwagandha coffee, we have blueberry coffee, Ganoderma coffee. Personally, I drink blueberry coffee and Ganoderma coffee. I haven't gotten the chance yet to drink the Trifolium pratensis and the ashwagandha coffee. I'm sure we're going to be able to taste them when we go to China in October. The blueberry coffee and Ganoderma coffee are also very beneficial. The benefits of the latter two, I'll be discussing them now. Let me start by covering the Trifolium pratensis coffee. The mild consumption of the Trifolium pratensis coffee helps alleviate signs and symptoms of PMS and postmenopausal syndrome. Phytoestrogen such as isoflavone is safer. You don't have to worry about the complications brought by the hormonal replacement therapy. And then the ashwagandhas help lower cortisol levels, thus helping alleviate chronic stress and anxiety. Students suggest that this herb improves testosterone levels and sperm quality in men, which benefits men's reproductive system. We need this one in Africa soon, Madam Rainie, please. And for the blueberry coffee, it alleviates fatigue, it alleviates eye strain, it improves brain function. And Ganoderma coffee, of course, improves immunity and helps with liver detox. So for that same patient that has liver problems, you can also add Ganoderma coffee. You will add Ganoderma capsule, but you can also add Ganoderma coffee and try to convince them to move from a lifestyle of using regular coffee to this coffee, because this coffee actually has health benefits. We also have the wine and liquor session. I had the privilege to go to the wine cellar and see the variety of wines, tasteful wines, not only tasteful, but also healthy wines. We were also gifted with these biscuits that are delicious. Besides being delicious, the Greenwald Blueberry Biscuit is made with wheat, blueberry, flaxseed, sesame, featuring low fat and reduced sugar. So the low fat and reduced sugar are going to help you avoid diabetes, are going to help you avoid high cholesterol, high blood pressure, atherosclerosis. These are the types of snacks that you should be looking into, healthy snacks. It also, the flaxseed and sesame are rich sources of omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, while the blueberries will provide you with powerful antioxidants. So at the same time, once you're eating one of these biscuits, you're doing a lot. All these ingredients together offer anti-inflammatory benefits, making the biscuit a nutritious and healthier choice. So this is a much healthier snack than the regular snacks that you will see. These are snacks that you should be trying to shift your snacking habits into. As they are healthy, they will provide you with great healthy conditions. So this presentation from today, it actually shows you that if you don't take care of your health from a younger age, the implications of it can be quite bigger. So your health choices today will determine the type of health that you might have in the future. You can prevent it. You can still prevent it even if you're at a later age. This is not only for you. Even if you are at a later age, if you are someone who doesn't really take their health seriously, this is a call for you to take your health seriously. It's much easier for you to prevent all the diseases we are talking about than for you to now try to remedy them with medication or stuff like that. Use supplements to prevent these diseases. You already have some of the diseases, use supplements to enhance you back to your normal health. But start taking your health seriously. You are a health consultant. Most of you are health consultants. You cannot be a health consultant and not be healthy yourself. We are not allowed to be healthy. Sometimes when I get a mild flu, and a patient calls me, I put my best voice back on because there is no chance for my patient to ask me. They think we don't get sick, which is basically true. We're not allowed to get sick. So when I get the call, I try my best to show them that no, I'm actually fine. Trust me, I'm actually fine. So take care of your health, take care of your gut health, and be as healthy. Always choose healthy, wise decisions. Thank you. So I'm going to hand it back to Madam Rainie so that we can then start with the question and answering session.
Thank you so much, Miss Enia. This was excellent, beautiful, and very informative presentation. Actually, we learned a lot from you. Thank you for being the example of the young leaders and also the young health consultant. Let's take a look at our questions. First of all, I saw a very interesting question about um, whether you could have this two coffees, the coffee for men and the coffee for women. Actually, in China market, these two coffee has been very popular among the young people because nowadays, although China is country for tea, but nowadays young people love coffee. Almost each and every one of them is holding a coffee cup in their office. So actually, these two coffees help them a lot to actually invigorate them and also keep them energetic. And also, it helps to give them a very good mood because the red club in the coffee for women actually help us to balance off estrogen, the female hormones. So thank you so much. Let's take a look at those questions. Miss Ernie, have you seen any questions that we need to answer? Let me check from the beginning. First of all, we are going to organize those samples of the new products, like the blueberry biscuits. the coffee for women and coffee for men. So we hope that in the China trip, during the China trip, you're going to receive a package of those new products and you got to taste it. And by the way, the candies, we have a new candy series of products, including the probiotic candy, the blueberry candy, the candy for the stomach health, and also the candies for for different systems of body. You have introduced, actually those candies are very interesting. When you're driving, when you're feeling bored, or when you're feeling you want to freshen your breath, you could just put a candy in your mouth. And by the way, to chew those candies can provide you health benefits. I just read about this information this morning. Actually, instantly it caught me because there are studies about the chewing. It says that for those people who like the soft food, especially, when some people who are about the middle age, they start loving the soft food. So they actually eat a lot of porridge, noodles, who feel too, how to say, too lazy to chew the hard, lumpy food. Those people could have 8 years or 10 years early than those people who love to chew the hard food to have the dementia or Parkinson's disease. Because, when you chew the hard food, you stimulate your brain, you stimulate your muscle, you stimulate your brain to produce the neurotransmitters to help you renew your nerve cells and help you to produce the antioxidants. We do have our own antioxidants in our body to fight against the free radicals. So isn't this interesting? So if you can can shift to those healthy candies, that's, instead of the conventional traditional candy bars, which of high sugar level and, high fat, that you choose those healthy candies. It does you wonderful things when you're enjoying the good taste, and also help you to lower the risk of having the dementia and Alzheimer's diseases and Parkinson's disease. So this is very interesting. So we hope when you travel to China, you're going to receive the goodie bags, which contains some of the new products. You go back home and you let your families and your team members to taste them. If you really enjoy them, you can ask your management to introduce those new products to the African market. All right. Please, what is the course if lots of gas in your system? Okay, this is also an interesting question. Some of the food naturally, they together with the bacteria in our gut, they produce gas. So there are two issues in this situation. Number one is the food you eat. For example, the beans. Beans are very notorious to produce gas. So actually, if you eat the soybeans, different kind of beans food, you may produce gas. But, beans are healthy. So what you can do is you eat your beans at your dinner. So when you have guests, you don't have to feel embarrassed. So this is one of the approach, and the other one is about your bacteria. In intestine, there's three groups of bacteria: the beneficial one, the bad one, and also the opportunistic one. So if you have good bacteria in your gut, then probably they can control the overgrowth of the bad bacteria. So do we still remember the CJJ that Miss Enia has just presented to us? The clear 常静静 solid beverage. It actually balance the bacteria in your gut. And also all the fibers, dietary fibers, including the mucilulose, including chitosan, spirulina. They are very good in balancing of gut bacteria. So those products can also help you to produce less gas. All right. So can you also make samples in small quantities so that many can be able to buy and taste also? Okay, this is a good idea. So that is why I said, come to China, you qualify for China trip, and you're going to bring home some of the samples of those new products. My mom has been asthmatic since 1977. She's been taking Ventolin and injections when she could have attack. Lately, she doesn't have attacks, but these days she struggled to speak. Her voice has been affected, like getting smaller. What can help? Have a checkup. We have the voice, how to say, we have a very it's like the strings of instrument. So from there, if it's straighten up, we can make the sharp noise, and if it's come back to relax, and we can make the deep and the deep voice. So first check this with the doctors and see what happens to her. And then secondly, the muscles, how we control it. So we use the muscles to control the relaxation and the contraction of this. So I think, she needs some products to also help her to strengthen the muscles. That we have the products for muscle skeleton products. For example, any products that can, have the calcium and magnesium as the ingredients. That product is potentially good for muscle relaxation and contraction. So we have calcium products, we have compound marrow powder, we have spirulina, we have multivitamins for adults. So choose one of those products that can help with the muscle relaxation and contraction. And also, if she also has the hoarse voice, um, you can recommend the clear lung tea for her, because clear lung tea is very good for the chronic hoarse voice. So like those people, like the trainers or of leaders, distributors who speak a lot every day, those people tend to have the hoarse voice. So you drink the clear lung tea, and also the Jimpio tea is very good for this purpose. Is blood cleanser available in Joburg? I understand Durban has stock it. Oh, please you check it. Blood cleanser is a new product that introduced from the Eurasian region. This product existed in Eurasian region for quite a long time. It actually improve your blood lipid panel. So if you have the high blood lipid, like the high triglyceride level, the high bad cholesterol level and low good cholesterol level, this is a very good product. And also it helps to cleanse the toxins, to remove the toxins, the heavy metals, all this excessive metabolites from of blood. So also you can check with the stock. And also if you find it is very beneficial, talk to Mr. Glory whether we can get some from Durban stock. Let's go to the next one. Give them full respiratory package, Jimpio tea, Jimpio capsule, Ganoderma, long tea, propolis, and garlic oil. Wow. Okay, so actually you choose one of the tea. It's among Jimpio tea and the clear lung tea. One is pretty good. Propolis and garlic oil, also choose one. You don't have to give both. Either propolis or the garlic oil will do a very good job. And also, we're done with the questions. So do we still have any questions, or you want to interact with Miss Enia? I do believe that Madame Nerenus would like to say something, right? First of all, I would like to thank Madam Smile to introduce Madam Ernie to this international business school as one of the very young but very good trainers. So first of all, I would like to express my thankfulness to you. So Madam Smile, would you like to say something?
Okay, I'm put on the spotlight. I was not gonna say anything. I was not gonna say anything, Madam Rainie. I think when it comes to Madam Enia, we do not need to encourage her anymore because I think she did very well. And to speaking now to everyone, this year is a year of youth, and already Madam Enya has opened the doors for us by presenting the first package about the youth. And not only when we're talking about youth, is not only the us, it's also the youth at heart. Also the youth at heart. So I think we need to go ahead and promote the youth, really. Let's promote the healthy living and let's make it big because Greenwald is continuously improving, and we are very grateful to you, Madam Rainie, for the International Business School. It is really impacting a lot of knowledge to us, and the great trainers that are constantly sharing good things with us, guys. We are truly blessed in Africa. And I think we need to use these platforms so that we can continue. And Madam Enia, we are looking forward to have you present in Portuguese as well, because you are very fluent in English, you are very fluent in Portuguese. I'm pretty sure the Portuguese market is also going to benefit a lot from you presenting in Portuguese because you are fluent. Like you know, I was listening to you. I'm like, oh my God, is this really my down? And even for your record, even Amahle was listening and she kept on saying, but I
you.
truly enjoyed your training. You are very good. You are natural. I wish we can have more of you coming to train us. But hey, this platform has a lot of trainers, and all thanks to the international business school. We appreciate that. And yes, I think I've said enough, Madam Rainie. We can't wait to see you in Dubai. Yes, we're getting ready to be in Dubai this coming May. So I wish to see everyone in Dubai and see you guys next week.
Thank you so much, Madam Ernest Moyle. Once again, we appreciate your contribution to this international business school. We know that you're also running your own international business school. So congratulations, and I'll try to be part of that. Please give us some time. Soon, we're going to see how we can support you. And Madam Ernie, please, if you can, because we only have 4 Fridays every month. So if you can integrate your training in Madam Moyo's platform as the Portuguese, for our Portuguese program, we also have one program every month, one for French, one for Portuguese. So we're going to invite you. But we know that Portuguese people need more than one times of training every month. So if you could help, we'll find a way to help the Portuguese speaking distributors. So thank you so much. And also we see that somebody has raised his hand, wants to interact with you. So please go ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Moyle. Thank you, Madam Moyle. Nairness, thank you very much.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Jaime Sitoe, you can raise your hand. Can they unmute? Must I unmute?
Boa noite a todos. Boa noite a senhora. internacional, moçambicana também. Então, ele é muito mais para ti. Muito impressionada, realmente está de parabéns, Enia. Muita força, muita coragem. Aqui em Moçambique já temos alguém internacionalmente que nos representa. Então, está de parabéns, muita força, muita coragem. Sempre estamos contigo. Muito obrigada, Enia.
Muito
Parabéns.
obrigada. Muito obrigada, líder. Oh, should I translate? He was just saying, no, his leader is Jaime from Mozambique. He was just saying thank you so much for representing us, and he's proud that they have an international person representing them. So he was just congratulating and saying that.
Thank you. Thank you. We hope that we can have more Portuguese speaking and French speaking presenters in this platform. So let me repeat of this year's award incentive plan for all the outstanding trainers. So we have two levels of trainers. The first level is international trainers. So if you are one of the China trip qualifier who comes to China in October, and also if you do very good online trainings, what do we mean by good? It means that, like Enia, that every month you can give us one sections of training, and your training is loved by the audience, then you're qualified as the outstanding international trainer. So we're going to invite you to take a deep visit a tour in the GMP workshop, in the exhibition hall, and the Blueberry Bonbon franchise, and the wine cellar, as what Miss Enia has done in China. So we're going to invite you to present in your own language. So you're going to help a lot of people. So secondly, we're going to invite you to visit the Nanjing Agriculture University, the Life Science College. So actually this year we have new program there. Dr. Demi Lee has signed an agreement with the Life Science College to give profound study of how the blueberry and anthocyans affect the human cells. So you're going to visit their laboratories and see the progress and have a talk, face-to-face talk with the professors and the principals. So this is for the international outstanding trainer. Also, we have another kind of incentive for the regional trainers. So don't worry if you say that I cannot qualify for the China trip, but I just love training. I want to do the online training. So don't worry if you also want to do training, online training, you attend of training, you participate in this business school, and also you can do your online training even for your own branch office. It's fine. So as long as your training is enjoyed by our audience, your general manager can also recommend you to us. So we're going to give you the certificate as the outstanding regional trainer, and you'll be able to, we're going to help you to give you the bigger platform. So you're going to, in the future, going to be promoted as the international trainer. So, okay, so before we end today's presentation, I'm going to play two videos about the two topics that Madame Enia has just presented to you. So please allow me to share this video with you. So I'm going to send the videos to your leaders, to Mr. Budiman, to your general managers. So please, I want also share these videos in this platform. So you're going to get it and share these videos with your team member. So this is about first, the use ear promotional video. And the second one is snacks can be healthy in green world. Just give me one moment. Am I sharing this? Not yet. Okay, just give me one moment.
Believe it or not, certain health conditions can begin to develop as early as young adulthood. Hypertension, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, heart disease. The list goes on. These seemingly distant concerns are actually closer than we think. Irregular sleep, poor eating habits, and a lack of exercise all contribute to the risk of future health issues. But the good news is, we can start making positive changes today. Join Green World, participate in the 2025 Youth Year activities, raise your health awareness, listen to your body, and ensure you're getting the nutrients you need. Together, let's work towards a better, stronger version of ourselves. Your future is in your hands.
All right, the second video is about snacks can be healthy with green world.
Teen shopping carts are often filled with an assortment of snacks. Many young people don't consume much of their meals, instead continuously snacking to pass the time, or cope with stress and boredom. Snacks have become their go-to comfort, often packed with high levels of sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats. Despite knowing the risks, they can't resist the irresistible taste and indulge without hesitation. As a result, these unhealthy snacks unknowingly set the stage for health issues like overweight, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Green World is transforming your daily drinks, snacks, and coffee into a part of a healthier lifestyle. Through the Small Snacks, Big Health campaign, Green World is leading the movement for a vibrant and health-conscious youth culture.
All right, thank you so much for watching. Now let me try to share this two files with you and see whether you can get them. Let me see. Let me see whether I can share these files with you. So you can receive this instantly. Okay, so this is going to be a gift for you for attending today's Zoom meeting. All right, good. Let me see. Now it's going. All right, the second one. I'm going to share the second one. All right, so it will take a while. This is the two video clips about the 18 topics of the youth year. The first one is the youth year promotional video clip. The second one is snacks can be healthy with green world. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to stay with you for a while until you receive these two files. And by the way, if you're interested in the online presentations like Madam Enia, please, you can directly come to me or come to Mr. Budiman. You can even introduce yourself and introduce yourself to the general managers. So whoever receive your message and recommend you to us, you will send your a very short video clips, let's say 1 to 3 minutes about your presentation. So if we see that you're fine, you can do the presentation, we're going to invite you and let you be part of this program, the online training. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions? Have every one of you received these two files? Miss Enia, have you received the, not yet?
No, no.
Not yet.
Yes, you can get the recording. Okay, all this, the recording of this program actually has been uploaded into Green Words into YouTube. So if you go into YouTube and if you search Green Words official, then you're going to see all these videos from the first Zoom meeting to the last. So go there, go to the YouTube, log on to Green Words official channel, and then you're going to see all these videos there. Have you received the 2 files? Is it normal to have hiccups after having a meal? Yeah, if you swallow, for example, anything can trigger this. We have the diaphragm is a piece of muscle right at this, at your upper stomach. So anything can trigger it. The temperature of the food, or the food you eat is spicy, or where you're talking, where you're eating, so some air goes into your stomach, or simply the spasm of the muscle can trigger this hiccup. So when you have hiccup, what you do is you take a very deep breath, like me, inhale until that you cannot inhale more of the air, like this. Then you hold your breath for as long as you can, because this pressure will actually make you, diaphragm, make this muscle give the pressure to the muscles and help to stop the spasm. So you do this. Sometimes somebody does this once and your hiccup stops, but sometimes you have to do it twice or 3 times until you completely stops. If it doesn't work, the second thing you can do is you put a warm towel. In China, we have the bottle or the hot water. It's a rubber bag. We put the hot water in. You can also use a glass bottle, and then you put it just on your stomach, and within 5 minutes it will stop. So almost with these 2 approaches, you can simply stop your hiccup personally. Okay, all right. Thank you so much. So we can unmute ourselves and say thank you and goodbye to Miss Enia. So we thank her for such a wonderful presentations, and we hope that in the future you could give us more. So thank you so much. We are going to close today's presentation. We're going to see you next Friday. So make sure that you are there next Friday. We have invited Dr. Mbogo from Kenya to give us more interesting presentation. So long, and see you next Friday. Thank you very much, Miss Ernia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, and good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Obrigado.
Bye-bye.
Enia, we love you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Night. Amigo
Night.
representante,
Thank
Good
obrigado.
night.
Obrigado.
Tchau.
Good night.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado, Enia.
Obrigado.
Good night, everyone.
Obrigado.
Obrigado indeed. Night. Good night.
Obrigado, Madam Ernia. Good night.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Tchau.
you.
Obrigado, Enia.
Obrigado. Obrigado.
Muito, muito obrigado.
Oh my God.